on Instagram. Come on, buddy. All right, Instagram has to show up over there first, I guess. There we go. All right, so we up over there. So boom. All right, so now let's just check and make sure everything look good, sound good.
Yep.
Everybody who's joining, we greatly appreciate you. And yeah, we doing it vertical today, y'all.
Yes.
We doing it vertical, and that should make it more up close and personal. You dig? So right in your face.
In your face.
All right. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and let's see. Let me listen to this and make sure it looks good. Sound good. All right. Look good, sound good to me on Facebook. Thanks for joining on TikTok. We greatly appreciate you. And yeah, we doing the vertical style today. All right. Let me go ahead and share this out to my people. Let them know we are live. Join us. Okay. We are live. And if you're watching right now, go ahead and share out to people. Let them know we live. We're going to have a good conversation today as always. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, let's get this going. Join us. Me and Kim in the building.
Come through, yes.
Right.
Oh, I see. Wait. Oh, I don't see it yet. Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah, girl. Which one you on?
Facebook.
Oh.
It took a second.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it popped up.
All right, seen this on there. Let me see here real quick. I wonder if I could just, well, it's cool. I'm just going to share like this. We are live. Join us. Bang. All right, there we go. All right, so it's out there. Let's make sure we good on YouTube. Again, we shooting vertical today. And I really don't know how it's going to come across
we on YouTube.
On YouTube. How it look? How does that look?
We looking good.
It look all right on YouTube?
We look
I was
good.
concerned about that because YouTube is really not that type of platform because to me it don't look that good, but it is okay. You gotta actually click on it to make it go like that.
Go bigger.
You know what I'm saying? That's the way to do it. If you're watching on YouTube and you want to get us up close and personal on your phone, just click that little rectangle down at the bottom there at the right hand corner, and that'll bring us closer to you. Right, Kim?
Yes.
Closer. Get
Closer.
a little closer.
Closer.
Hey, look, I was trying to think of a song. Like, what's a song that can go with that? Anyway, Kim, what's up? What you got? What you got, a song or you got something else?
No, I thought about an old school jam.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
The closer I
Yep,
get
that
to
was the
you.
one.
I knew it was going to be. So, Kim,
Yes.
how you doing?
I'm good.
You good?
Yes. How are
Okay.
you?
I'm doing just fine, Kim.
That's good.
I'm doing just fine.
That's good.
I'm doing better than this music that's playing right now. I can tell you that. I'm gonna have I'm gonna skip that joint. I don't know what was going on. Yeah, but yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right.
That's good. Well, how was your week?
Weekend.
Or
No, hey,
well, I
look.
haven't even got to ask you last weekend. How was your week?
Nah.
Well, how was your weekend?
Well, I can say, my weekend was pretty good, Kim. As always, I'm always doing something to try to level up things here at the studio. And I just enjoy staying busy. And I was talking to somebody earlier today too. And they told me that they're the same way. They could be at home watching a movie and just, looking around like, what can I be doing? Like, am I forgetting to do something? Or,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So that made me feel like it's not just me.
Yeah.
Like I always got to be doing something. I can't sit still. So, yeah. How about you, Kim?
Well, unfortunately, and I won't say unfortunately, unlike yourself, I like to sit still sometimes. It's okay.
I feel you. It's okay.
It's okay to take a break.
Yeah, you're right.
Everything was good except for, I hope I don't, get in trouble for this.
Oh no.
But Facebook, I think somebody was trying to hack my business page.
Oh really?
Yes. I don't know yet, but it was kind of disturbing to me because it would have something like a guest user or some kind of, it wasn't the norm.
Mhm.
And it was telling me that they was going to shut down my
It's fake.
Facebook page.
It's fake.
And so I was like, oh, well, I'm going to do this on the computer and see what happened. And
Yeah.
it said, when you click on the link to try to dispute it, it said this was a dangerous site. So I had that thing set up on my computer to block it and tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why
it kept doing that.
So just to let you know,
yes,
that's
please tell
fake.
us.
And don't click on no more links.
Oh, I won't.
I get
Not after
those.
that. I couldn't figure it out though, because I was like nervous.
Did it have a profile picture, or was it just a silhouette like
a silhouette?
Fake.
Yeah. I was like, but why would Facebook?
It's
In my
fake.
mind, I was trying to figure it out, and something told me to call you, but I was embarrassed because I
Don't-
clicked on it, so I went away.
Yeah,
But I
well.
was like,
I would say moving forward, be sure
yeah, I won't click on that
to not
again.
click on none of that, because it's been.
Well,
Mhm.
no, the funny thing was, the next day when you went back to look, the user was no longer active.
Exactly.
And then I looked it up to see if I had any disputes
Uh-huh.
in my thing, and there was none.
Okay.
Nothing there.
It's-
So
yeah.
they kind of confirmed it. But they sent me like a message 3 times letting me know they were shutting it down.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah. It's fake.
Okay. Cool.
You got to be careful, people. And this is honestly, I'm glad you shared that, because it's a good lesson for everybody.
Absolutely.
You know, business page or not. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just be careful. A lot of times, if you look at it and like, hold up, it's not full blown Facebook. Then sometimes you'll look at it and you can tell like it was a copy and paste because it got like the little dark outline around the logo. It'd be some trash. And my guy G Code just said, never be embarrassed to speak out for help.
Yeah.
Never. You know what I'm saying? Cause they can get into your account. They can do a lot of other things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah.
And that was kind of scary though. But
Mhm.
when I started to look it up, when I found that I didn't have any disputes against me,
Yeah.
then it kind of like was okay. But I was like, I'm gonna be so hurt
Yeah.
if that, because I mean, it take you a long time to build that
Yeah.
up. Even if you don't got a million people on there, it's
Still.
work that you built up for so long. For
Years.
somebody, yeah. Somebody sit there and say, well, I'm just gonna shut you down for one post. I'm
Yeah.
like, well, what did I say?
Right. Yeah.
So, but needless to say,
Yeah.
I felt better after I seen it.
And you gotta think about it too. Imagine cause they get elderly people that really don't know. Oh,
Yeah.
it's a lot of stuff, scams going around. It's even one now to where they can mimic somebody's voice. So they can actually make it sound like me calling you. You know what I'm saying? And it could be like, hey Kim, I just got into a bad accident. It was my fault. I was drinking a little bit and the police got me. And I need you to, you know what I'm saying,
Wire
go to
me
my
some money.
look, or I can say go to my, you know what I'm saying, my family. This the only call, this only number I can remember. You know what I'm saying? It could be some old tricky, and I could be like, yeah, tell them I need like $2,000 to bail me out. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, and it sounds just like me, for real. So,
Oh no, I believe it. Now that
for
the
sure.
whole AI and all that stuff is out now, a lot of people going using it to their advantage.
yeah, so we got to be
You got to be careful.
really, really careful with that. You know what I'm saying? It's getting wild, y'all. I mean, they even got the one word. I might use it myself actually, but it's just I can do a video of myself and it look just like me.
Yeah.
All that we talked about that.
I
before.
found the app. I actually found the app. I think you voice record so that it can. You have to do a voice record so that the person that's gonna be you,
the AI,
the AI, so that it sounds like you.
Yeah,
And I downloaded it and I was like, well, let me try this. That'd be kind of cool for some.
Shorts or some quick clips.
Yeah. So I figured that'd be okay, but I hadn't really got into it yet. But I did find it.
Yeah, and look, y'all. I mean, AI is here, right?
It's here and it
it's-
ain't going
right.
nowhere.
And you can use it for good or for bad. You know what I'm saying? That's just like really like anything for real. So especially like for business, y'all. I mean, we do have to look at these things. I know people talking about like AI, like taking jobs and this, that, and the other. It's either we can shy away from it or we can lean into it and learn it to where we can use it
Utilize it to your
Yeah, for
ourselves,
for our advantage. You know what I mean? So I'm more on like I want to lean into it at least even to know the possibilities behind it.
Right.
To teach yourself like, listen, if I see these markers of this,
right,
then I know like it ain't really
right,
a person.
Stuff you got to pay attention to.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people that really be seeing stuff and thinking it's real and believing it. Like a lot of people to where it get pushed out there.
And that's another thing I be telling people too, especially when it comes to the media,
yeah.
you got to use the
discernment.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, people believe everything at the drop of a hat, not thinking that it could be an agenda behind it. Why would they just say just that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if people will try anything to put something out there, whether if it's good or bad, if it's not true or true, they just want to see where it go.
Yeah.
Ruffle some feathers.
And a lot of times people just want to be the first.
Yeah.
So they don't really look into it as deep as they should before they share it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Right.
And then you find out a little while later that it was fact checked and
it's not even real.
Nope.
And did all this. So yeah, y'all, the moral of the story is just be careful on what you put out there. Again, there's things that you can utilize for yourself, for your business and whatnot that is beneficial, but also can be used, against you. So I would say learn it just to know better. You know what I'm saying? Right. Learn it just to know better. Thank y'all, everybody who's joined so far, man. We greatly appreciate y'all. I see y'all. Shoot us some comments, join the conversation. All right. And I want to backtrack a little bit, Kim.
Okay.
You would be proud of me.
Okay.
This is good though, right?
Okay.
So, like I said, I can't sit still, but I during the pandemic, I acquired some aquariums because I've always wanted an aquarium, and this was the perfect time for me to get into the aquariums, right? So I ended up with 9 aquariums. I ended up with nine. Yeah, I ended up with 9. Okay, so I have consolidated my tanks.
What?
Right, let me see. 5, 6, 7, 9. So I consolidated my tanks. I broke down, I want to say I broke down 2 tanks. So I'm down to 7 tanks, y'all.
Oh, awesome.
I'm down to 7 tanks, y'all. You know what I'm talking about?
7 tanks. Like he is grinning. Like this is such an accomplishment.
It is. And then too, I
know your wife is like, buy another tank and see what happens.
I have to get another tank because, no, listen. So I got 2 tanks that have some decent sized fish that are going to get bigger. They're going to get at least like a foot. You know what I'm saying? So I have to get a bigger tank, but I had to separate them because they was kind of fighting because they got too big. So now I'm going to get a bigger tank. So then I'll be able to break down 2 more tanks. Oh, right. Okay. So I'll be down to 6 tanks. Okay. That's pretty Give it up for me.
Yay. Now we get the hand clap.
All right, y'all. Listen, appreciate y'all again for watching, joining us. I earlier, and I know we don't have our cards and stuff like that, but earlier today, at my part-time day job, we are going to have a team meeting party type deal coming up, right? And each year they do this. This is my first time doing this. Everybody gets a canvas, you know what I mean, to write a word on, but you actually draw it out and they paint the canvas with the word for the year. Okay. Right? So my word is going to be, can you guess? Think about it. Can you guess?
A word?
A word. One word. One word. I see you looking back there on my wall. That is more than one word, Kim.
I know it's more than one word. I was trying to think maybe he took a word from that word, those words.
What?
I don't know.
I say it all the time when we jump on here. Anybody else can guess? Come on.
You're gonna be. What's the word when you going
one
all
word.
In?
Anybody? G code.
What? Oh, you said it a few times on the
I say it all the
show.
time. It's
Yeah.
the only word you need to know when you're trying to make it happen. It's the only word.
Delusional.
That's not it.
That's not delusional. It's not delusional.
It's not it.
Make it happen. Quit.
That's the girl. Is more
That's
than
more
one
than
word.
one word.
Help me, somebody.
I don't know.
All right, y'all. Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. My word for this year that I'm going to put on my canvas is consistency.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So, while I was thinking about that, I was like, you know what? I want to look that up and just see writings on consistency.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's really all we need, right? And on my way to the show today, I was thinking to myself, hey, Tamala, thanks for joining.
Hey, Tamala.
I was thinking to myself that anybody who watches this show is going to continually hear that.
Yeah.
And that's okay, right? Because we're going to grow.
Right.
And those people who are going to be, freshly seeing what we're doing is going to get to hear us speak on that, right?
Right.
The people that continue to watch the show are going to continue to hear these things. So I think it's good for all of us.
Right.
Right. So I don't have an issue with it. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, I looked it up and there's a guy who actually wrote an article on it. And this was from 2017.
Okay.
Okay. And the thing about it is he writes, he's a blogger.
Okay.
Right. So he's a blogger. He was blogging for like 4.5 years. And he was talking about how he wasn't growing as a blogger, but it's something that he really enjoyed doing. But he would write for a while and then he would stop blogging. And then he would get some inspiration and then he'll come back.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I'm saying? And then he realized that he wasn't consistent. So he started being just straight consistent with that. And he grew way more than he grew over the 4.5, 5 years that he was doing just off of like a few months of being consistent.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's how I came across this.
I heard somebody say something like that earlier. They were like, I think the guy was just telling them, and it was in regards to consistency, but they said, post as much as you can, even if it's just a picture. But I guess it has a lot to do. I'm assuming that it has a lot to do with not just the people following you, but maybe the algorithms and stuff like that. The more that you are consistent, the more that it's putting you in front of other people.
Yeah, I can see that too. Maybe, being consistent. I can see that as well. But I would just say that, anything you're trying to grow, regardless, if you can at least choose to post a certain day at a certain time every week, whatever it is, it's going to help instead of like doing it, you know what I'm saying, for a month and then the following month, it's just like, again, like I talk about, the TV show. You expect that TV show to come on at a certain time, a certain day, every day.
Yeah.
And then when it don't come on no more, you like, where my show? You flicking through all the channels. You like, where my show? Did they take my show up? You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's basically, it's the same. It's the same. You know what I'm saying? So let's touch on this article, bro.
Yeah, because I got a question about something you just said.
You do. Well, let's do that first because so you don't forget.
Yeah. You mentioned. I think it started with a.
Okay, I'm about to say,
and
you
I was
forgot
about
already.
to say it. It was in reference to. I forgot.
You forgot. That's what I'm saying.
So let's just go. Let's go into the article.
Let's just get to
back.
Let's get to this. Start with R. Okay, that's all. I try to give you some assistance here. All right, so he started off by saying, I didn't copy everything he said. I just got a few pieces from it. But he said, consistency beats talent, luck, good intentions, and even quality. Okay. He said, I will not be outworked, period. All right. The guy's name is Anthony Moore.
Mm.
Okay. September 23rd, 2017. Right.
Right.
So me personally, I mean, I don't believe in like luck or nothing like that. But he said it beats talent, luck, good intentions, and even quality. So let's think about quality. Right. Yeah. So let's say for some reason coffee popped in my head. Right. So there might be, a coffee shop that got this real good coffee, like you love their coffee, but they not always open when you want to go get it.
Yeah, like I gotta get up at 6 to go get it.
But they not always. You pull up and it's like, hold up, like they not right. But then there's another coffee shop next to them that might not be as good, but it's decent.
Yeah,
it'll get you through.
Right.
They consistent.
They open later.
You got good quality, but man, I ain't about to get up to go and you not open.
Right.
So the quality is gonna beat that. You know what I'm saying? Or the consistency is gonna beat the quality.
Right. You're gonna have to drink that Maxwell over Starbucks. That means Cinco over Starbucks.
Hey.
They open.
I mean, that's just what came to my mind.
Yeah.
But did that come back to you, or you got something to say?
Well, something it did come back, but I think it's all along the same lines. But another thing about being consistent is, you know how you start doing something and maybe it's not perfect the first time, the second time, the third time, but the more and more you become consistent, it'll get to the point where you don't even remember that you were making mistakes or those little hiccups in the beginning, because everything starts to become so natural. And it's repetition and it just flows, that's just like in writing or even being a speaker. Like I'm myself working on that. But it does, like anything that you feel that might be a flaw, but the more and more you do it, the more and more it just becomes natural. So it doesn't look like that or feel like that anymore, but it all comes from being persistent or consistent.
Yeah.
And what you do, if you love it, you're going to do it regardless.
Yeah. So, by you going to that, I'm going to actually skip to something on here.
Okay.
Cause it kind of speaks to that. Right. So it says consistency will make you feel like a loser. Okay. So let's read what he says about that. So he says consistency will make you feel like a loser while you're in it. Okay. Just remember, you have to shovel through 10,000 pounds of crap before you strike gold.
Right.
Most people will never have the consistency to overcome the tedious repetition that long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to speak on a couple more pieces that he said after that. But just think about that. You know what I'm saying? It makes me think about somebody in the gym. You know what I mean? They've been going and going and going and going, and they look at themselves in the mirror and they don't see the results that they were wishing for in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So they can feel down. It can make them feel like a loser,
Yeah, you got a good point there. It's so funny you said that because, I've been on this journey. And so I've met different people, or people have made comments about certain things. And one of the things one of my coworkers said to me was, because, everyone's doing their own thing. Yeah. And she's like, don't tell me. Even if I look like I'm, losing weight, don't tell me.
Okay.
Because the moment that you tell me, then everything stops. In order for them to keep going and be persistent. But sometimes someone like I saw her one day and I was like, oh my gosh. You look good. I could tell the difference, because that's your first reaction when you see somebody is to tell them. But what they don't see, because she don't see it. Yeah. But when I tell you, like, hey, you look good. Looks like you dropping weight, it's something that she didn't see, even though she didn't want me to tell her. But she did. She looked good. And a lot of times it's stuff that you can't see, but other people see. They can see change. They can see what progress looks like without actually physically seeing it. Your whole mannerism, your physique, everything can tell. People can tell when things are shifting. Yeah. Just how you carry yourself. can make a big difference.
Yeah. And that speaks to like the article said, while you're in it.
Mm-hmm.
So you feel like ain't nothing happening. You feel like you losing, like not, we talk about the weight thing, that you're not losing, or, if anything else, that you're not winning. But again, that's because you're in it.
Right.
But if like you said, outside looking in, other people can see like, yo, you know what I'm saying? And it's good. And
right.
I think it's good to hear that. It's encouraging, it keeps you going.
It does. It keeps you going. But I do understand, because I've had that happen to me where somebody was like, oh, girl, you looking good. What you doing? And then a few people tell you you got the big head, and then you stopped, fell off, and then you gained it all back. So I went through the same thing too, because I got the big head.
That's the key.
Don't let your head get big.
That's the key. Don't get the big head once you start getting the compliments,
right?
Because that's when you fall off.
Yeah, and it's like, and they brought this up again. I heard it somewhere else too. Even in business or at work, you have to learn how to just keep pushing on, even though, or it might have even been in a quote I think we read about being able to take compliments, but yet you keep going, not stopping just because someone gave you a compliment. You push through that, and you keep going because you still gotta keep, you gotta produce it.
You sure do. And as soon as you get arrogant, get the big head, a lot of good things can be happening for you. What's up? Supermova? I think that's what it said. But a lot of good things can be happening for you. And if you let it go to your head, it could be something bigger that gets blocked.
Yes. Yeah. Because sometimes you ever seen people, they get real arrogant and cocky.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, your arrogance and cockiness has, like you said, you done missed your opportunity because, because a few people paid you a compliment and now you know everything, and really and truly it's just like being in school. When you learn, every time you learn to pass to the next grade, you got to do what? You got to do the work, right? And when you do the work, it's not just the work you're doing. You got to make sure you're memorizing things, that you are properly calculating things the correct way. There's work in the process. So it's not just, I got to do this one time and now I'm good.
Right. And
it never ends.
That's what I was about to say. Like, the thing is, y'all, even when you feel like you done reached the plateau, you're gonna want to go higher than that.
Yeah.
So stay humble, stay true, and blow like Hootie. No, but seriously though, you're gonna always want to elevate. I mean, if not, I guess if you reach a certain point, you cool with that,
right?
And you feel like you want to act how you want to act and be how you want to be at that point, then okay. But again, just my thinking is, don't let it go to your head, because you never know who you're talking to. You never know who's watching. That could get you to that next level,
right?
But if you start thinking that you are that, then you might not. You know what I mean? It might not come your way.
Y'all know what happened when people do that.
Yeah. So anywho, let's see here. So this is another point that in reference to what we just talked about.
Okay.
Right? It says repetition can be boring or tedious, which is why so few people ever master anything. Right? So repetition, consistency, regardless of what it is you're doing, you got to keep doing that same thing over and over and over again.
Right.
Right.
And I will say this, just even when you start, you mentioned it before with the first article you read, when the guy said, or even now, I mean, it can become boring or I don't know if boring was the word, but anyways, I found that happening to myself. I'm like, okay, I did some posts this week, went pretty good with posting. Next week come around, I get to Friday and I'm like, I'm running out of thoughts and ideas. So that brings me back to where being creative, And this was the thing that I wanted to say earlier.
Okay.
When you are in that creative mode and you got all these ideas, but what do you do when you can't get the creativity flowing? What are some things that people can do to try to keep that consistency going? Because it happens where you're just like, I don't know what to post.
Yeah.
I don't know what to.
Right. So it's like this, y'all. I mean, we kind of talked about this before too. There's nothing wrong with, finding someone that's doing something similar to you. Other people, it's, it could be a lot of different people that's doing something similar to what you're doing. Right. There's nothing wrong with getting inspiration, right, from those people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because your audience is way different than their audience.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that that's okay. The only thing is like, don't like do a carbon copy of the person. Just get inspired by it and take something from each one and make it your own.
Right.
Like they say, it's nothing new under the sun. It's the truth. Like nobody's doing nothing new, man.
Right.
Like even this podcasting thing, guess what it was before this? And still is. Radio. We not doing nothing that ain't already, it's just now we can do it at home.
Yeah.
Now we can make our own.
It's a lot easier for people to jump in and do it.
Right. But it's been going on. So we're pulling from that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So there's nothing wrong with looking around, looking outside for inspiration. Right. And then another thing I could say is if you just get going on just trying to do something, it's going to start flowing.
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all, I done did it. It's been some times where, reality it might be a video I need to edit and I'm dreading having to do it, even though I enjoy it. But I am a person too that just do other things knowing that I got a deadline, but I work better once I get to that crunch or whatever, you know what I mean? But once I get going on whatever it is, it just starts flowing.
Yeah.
And then you don't want to stop.
Yeah. It's just, I guess, when you get to that place where, like you said, sometimes it helps to just start doing something in what it is that you're trying to do and start working. Like you said, at some point, it just started coming.
It's going to click.
Started coming. But I do know that that's, some people, as well as myself, there's times where you can't think of anything. Yeah. Or maybe it's a particular subject. Or a topic that you're trying to target, but you're just can't catch it. You ever feel like, dang, it's something missing and I'm not, until it finally comes to you and like, okay, maybe I need to look things up a different way, or try this.
Right. And look, we going to circle back to AI is your friend.
Yes. Chat GPT. Y'all better get with it.
What's up, cousin Chuck in the building? Yeah, listen, Chat GPT. I'm telling you, y'all, people are going to use it and do malicious things, but it can be helpful as well. So if you, like you just said, you got one idea, one thing, you can go to Chat GPT and just really spell it out.
Man, you can ask Chat GPT just about anything, and it comes up with some amazing stuff. Yeah. It's even to the where it gives you so much information, it gives you content for days, because you could take stuff down or take stuff, put it in there, and then just break it down, and then there you got all your content.
There you go. See,
'cause I've used it.
Now you got to keep using it, Kim.
Yeah. I know.
It's even like this, y'all. Again, AI it's some cool stuff, and I would say again, lean into it somewhat, because it can help you to know what to look out for if somebody trying to scam you as well. Okay, but it's like anything that you want to do, you can put it in there, and it can really help you to make it happen. Just word it like, hey, in my case, I'd be like, hey, I'm doing a podcast called Quit for What the Hangout. And I'm talking about, people that are pursuing their passions, you know, and whatnot, and trying to help them to not give up. And we trying to, you know, motivate, educate, and inspire each other. Give me 5 topics to talk about on tonight's show. It'll be like,
it literally will.
It's so fast. My dude G Code, I don't know if he's still on, but he checked it out, and it was just it's good.
Let me tell you, you know, when I was doing property management, so for when I had to send the tenants letters and stuff like that, Chat GPT was my friend, because it pulled up literally everything, and all you really had to do was, you know, either go in and tweak it a little bit so that, you
make
know,
it your own.
Or that it would fit the company, you know, policies or standards.
Right.
But it helped because first of all, it took up a lot of time that I didn't have to sit there and put a whole letter together. You know, because there's always some reason why you got to write letters and send them to tenants and stuff. So, but the Chat GPT, man, y'all better find out what it's about, because man, that saved me so much time.
Hey, look, I'm starting to think my cousin Chuck is on. He like to do some cooking here and there. So you know, Chuck, you can be like, hey, I got tomatoes, I got onions, I got some ground beef, I got this, that, and the other. Give me a dish that I can make that is amazing, and it'll be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Now you you know what I'm saying? You done served it. They're like, man, Chuck, like, hey. You know what I mean? What's up? Taylor Lies in the building. Let me we streaming vertical today. Let's see how these comments come across. I should have been doing those. Let me see real quick what that looked like. Okay, it pops up at the top there.
Okay.
All right, it says if you don't know the right words to express yourself, it helps. I know that's right. Yeah, it's good, y'all. It's good for a lot. And again, I would say, you know, these are tools. Right?
Right.
I know that, you know, there has been some backlash because some people will take it and just really put it out there like it's their own, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they won't change nothing about it. They'll just, you know, especially like in school.
Right.
So there was some big backlash because people were writing reports and stuff using ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Like
well, when it first came out, they were like telling people. Now I did because Mari was in school at the time. And they were telling students about using that. And I started hearing them talk about, y'all think y'all can use it, but y'all can't. And I'm like, dang, I should, because I would have been the first one to use it.
Look at you.
I ain't got to use my head. Okay.
Been in trouble.
Use ChatGPT.
Look, cousin said that'll be kind of dope though. I know that's right, cousin. Get it popping. You'll have the best dish at the cookout, my guy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Just don't tell them it was a ChatGPT recipe. You know, because I mean, reality though, if you do that, you're gonna tweak it to make it how you want it anyway. It ain't, you know what I mean? So anyway, these are tools, people. Yeah. You can use them for your benefit, but just, you know what I mean? Like, don't just put it out there like flat out. Don't, you know what I'm saying? It's to help to inspire you, and you make it your own.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. All right. So let's get back to this article here. I have a quote down at the bottom here. I'm just gonna read it. I don't know if this applies to the one we were talking about prior to this, but it says, I remember. Okay, this is a good one. It says, things will grow out of the activity itself, and you will through work. Okay. Bump into other possibilities and kick open other doors that you would never have dreamt of if you were just sitting around looking for a great art idea. Now he said art idea, but whatever it is, right? So I like the part where it says things will grow out of the activity itself. So what does that make you think of? If you say things will grow, you know, out of the activity itself.
Well, if you, to me, I think, if I'm thinking of this right, that whatever it is that you're trying to do, the more you do it, the better. Like we just talked about, it's the, you know, the repetition. You know, the work that you put into it. If you don't, that's like planting a seed and you buy some seed packets that says strawberries.
Yeah.
So I got the seed packets of strawberries. Now what do I do?
Yeah.
So you got to plant it. That's doing the work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure it's watered every day. It isn't just I'm gonna put some seed in some dirt and forget about it and wait for the strawberries to grow. No, you got to cater to it.
Yeah.
You know, but that's the thing that's gonna grow. You as the person doing it. Next thing you know, now you done fell in love with planting or your plant because you done babied it. You done watched it grow. You done brought it life to it.
Mm-hmm.
So now you've experienced something as well as the plant.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna try to tweak it a little bit, right?
Okay.
I like that. So I'm gonna say things will grow out of the activity itself, right? So you talked about planting strawberries, right? So that's gonna grow, and once you see that, other ideas are going to come to you about other things that you can plant.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that was just the activity. You just did that. You started that. Now you're trying to grow.
If I can grow strawberries, what else can I grow?
That's it. So since you started, that's what you started with. Other things are going to grow out of that, just the act alone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just thinking about here, you know, what did we start with? You know what I'm saying? We were just gonna go live on Facebook.
Right.
And now we on TikTok, we on Instagram, we on YouTube. It's just getting started.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And other things will come out of it.
They will.
You know what I'm saying?
And it does, like you said, it opens up doors of opportunity. Like doing this, the opportunity is now you got people coming in and people recognizing and people are calling and booking and all kind of stuff. Now you're growing.
Yeah. Other things, other opportunities are coming from. Yeah.
Yep.
So just get started, y'all. Whatever it is you want to do, just get going. You know what I mean? It might just change into something completely different.
Yeah. They say all you need is you got to put a little faith in yourself sometimes. You know, in order for you to do something, try to trust yourself. Trust yourself enough to try it, because if you don't, you're going to regret it later on and wish that you would have gave something toward it.
That's it. Yeah. That's a good word, y'all. That's a good word. All right, so look, let me see. Oh, hold on. We got a comment here. Let's see. Hold on one second. Let me get over to this comment here. I'm gonna pull it across the screen real quick before I read it here. All right. Taylor said, I saw a need in the community, acted on it, and opportunities came. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
You
know?
Yeah. And that right there is where your heart led you to do that.
Exactly.
You saw a need in the community. So that's heart right there. And you acted on it. And opportunities came.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, y'all. Whatever you thinking, whatever you feeling, let's go.
Right.
You know, as long as it's not malicious.
Right.
Or suspicious. Right. No. But yeah, you act on it, y'all. I'm telling you.
You'd be surprised.
That's it. Okay, so I read that. So I'm gonna go back. So there's a couple of examples here, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna start with the one because of our time. I'm gonna start with the one that I really want to touch on, y'all. Okay. So, do you know who Matthew Dellavedova is? Anybody out there? I'm asking everybody.
No, I don't know.
Anybody out there? Hey, look, I know it's a slight delay here on the broadcast. That's just how it goes. But who knows who Matthew Dellavedova is, if there's somebody out there? Kim?
I don't know. It sounds like a smart man.
He sounds like a smart man.
I don't know. I would hope.
Yeah. I know that as soon as I get started, somebody gonna chime in and say it. Here we go. Hold on. look at she Taylor said, I'm gonna ask AI. Right? I know that's right. It's
that's
a tool.
How you do it.
It is a tool. Use it.
She already utilized it.
Yeah, right. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get into it, okay? So Matthew Dellavedova was the second string point guard on the Cleveland Cavaliers during the NBA Finals.
Well, why y'all ain't know that?
Yeah. Deli, that boy, whoo, he used to go hard.
Come on,
Yeah.
Ohio. Come
Right,
on.
nah. Look at
Come
you.
on.
She talking and she ain't know, y'all. She's
Look,
sound like a smart man
Right.
to me. Look at you.
Yes, I didn't know.
You should have used AI.
I didn't know.
Okay. So
And I could have Googled it.
you could have. Yeah,
I didn't Google.
Your Google fingers wasn't ready to go.
Nah, they weren't ready.
All right, so check this out, y'all. So let's cover this real quick. So Dellavedova had been an average player throughout his career.
Mm-hmm.
He had the how does y'all you say this? Unviable task, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unviable task of guarding Warriors Stephen Curry, Stephen Curry, how you want to say it? Stephen Curry.
Mm-hmm.
The league MVP, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you know who Steph Curry is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm not in sports, y'all, so if I said his name,
Golden
right,
State Warrior.
Steph Curry. All right, so it says, despite being completely outmatched in talent, Dellavedova was determined to outwork Curry.
Mm.
He dove for loose balls, threw his body into far bigger defenders, and got smashed all game. He guarded Curry as his life depended on it. Through sheer effort, Dellavedova stopped Curry. The Cavaliers won. Okay? He had faced a far superior talent and won by simply outworking his opponent. Dellavedova was so exhausted that he had to be hospitalized that night to recover.
Wow.
Okay?
He's put a lot of work in there. That was pretty
Hey.
serious.
So the thing is, going back to how it says consistency beats talent, luck, good intentions, and even quality.
Mm-hmm.
So he went above and beyond
He wasn't playing.
to where he had to be hospitalized that night.
Right. That's pretty serious.
Yeah.
It's not a game, folks. It's not a game.
But that's just, you know what I'm saying? It's like they said, if you are going to do a thing,
Mm-hmm.
there's going to be people that's going to be better than you.
Yeah.
Period.
And people go hard, as you can see, they go hard for what they passionate about. But most people
Mm-hmm.
will go hard for what they passionate about. If you really, really love what you do,
Mm-hmm.
you'll go as hard as you can go. And obviously he was to the point where, you know, it put him in the hospital. But
Yeah, we don't want nobody to get put in the hospital, y'all. But
Yeah.
the point is, he outworked.
Mm-hmm.
He outworked one of the top players.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, as long, and he had to be consistent with the choice he made.
Right.
He chose to work that hard. He knew he had to work that hard,
was
and
gonna
he
win that
consistently
game.
worked that hard
Mhm.
to a point where he got hospitalized. We don't want nobody to get hospitalized, but
And he was determined.
he was determined.
He
You
was
got to do what you got to
determined.
do to make it happen.
Quit for what? He wasn't quitting.
Right. That's it. That's it. So yeah, I thought that was a good story, and I never knew that.
Yeah.
I did watch the games back then, you know what I
Mhm.
mean, because it was exciting,
Yeah.
right? But that was just a story that I didn't know. So I thought I would share that with y'all as some inspiration, man. You know, again, it's gonna be people, and in this article it talks about a lot of different aspects of people being better than you,
Mm-hmm.
but you still can win.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So here's another one, and this is the last one. Save it to the end because it's about Will Smith. Okay. This is something that y'all might have heard before. So it says Will Smith was once asked how he got to be so successful in his career. Okay.
Mhm.
And he said, the only thing that I see that is distinctly different about me is I'm not afraid to die on a treadmill. Okay.
Mm.
I will not be outworked, period. You might have more talent than me. You might be smarter than me. You might look better than me. You might be all of those things. But if we get on the treadmill together, there's two things. You're getting off first or I'm going to die.
Right. Hey, that's what he set out to do.
How do we feel about that, people?
We don't want them to die, though.
We don't want nobody to die. We don't want nobody to go to the ER. But the point is, once you decide to do something, and it's a, like now, we have an allotted amount of time for this show, right? And we've been doing it consistently. And there's times where I might not feel that good. Right? But we made a choice that we gonna pull up and we gonna jump on, regardless of how many people jump on or whatever it is, y'all. We still doing consistent. It. Just being consistent, right? So this is just us trying to do what we set out to do, right? Motivate, educate, and inspire. And not just by us, but everybody who's on watching with us. Let's all, our input, we motivate and inspiring each other. We educating each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love it.
Absolutely.
So that's what we here to do, y'all. And we greatly appreciate everybody who's joined us so far. Yeah. It's exciting. It's exciting. It's been good. Yes. And I know our friend Taylor La, she's going to be on the show. Oh. Right? So we got to get her scheduled in.
Yes.
She has a book that's very, very beneficial for humans.
Oh, okay.
Right? Very beneficial for humans.
Can't wait to hear about the book.
So that's gonna be real cool. We just had Brian Pirana on the show last week. So these shows stay up, y'all. So y'all can go back and watch them as well. He was on talking about nutrition, but at the same time that still applies to quit for what?
Yeah.
Right. So we just talked about going so hard, you getting had to go to ER and this and the other, but you got to take care of your body.
Right. And so we don't know what caused him to go to the ER.
Right. We don't know.
So, and it could be, like you said, if you're not, you got to take care of yourself.
No, I'm pretty sure he was in good shape.
Well, I don't mean by that, like not being in good shape, but if you're not, maybe you're not having a good week and just wasn't eating the right things. So those are things you always got to remember when you got something like that coming up. You have to find a way to, make sure you're prepared. Yeah.
So again, it does apply because if we don't take care of ourselves, we can't show up to perform the way we need to perform, regardless of what it is we trying to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it does that episode is good to watch because it's still it's something that we need.
Yeah. Very good to watch. And he gave a lot of good information. Especially when when people think when it comes to their health that they have to certain things that you got to do and don't do, but the way the times are now, there's just so many things that you can substitute something for, or even when you're working out, you don't have to do a complete setup. There's just so much now. They're doing exercises in the bed.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Don't think you gotta be old.
No excuses. They making for no excuses. You can sit in a chair, and for one, I do a little something in the mornings. I haven't gone hard yet because of my back, but they have so many things like, okay, so your back messed up, sit in a chair. They got chair exercises, bed exercise, wall exercises,
all of it.
So there's no, reason to.
No excuses.
No, none.
There's no excuses.
Quit for what?
Quit for what? And that's the thing. It's like, look, while we talking about it, we mentioned that they got those little treadmills that you can put under your desk. Hey, look, y'all might see me over here like it's like all
I'm gonna mess around and get me one because we have desks that raise up at work and stuff. So I'm like, shoot, let me go get me one. I don't got to sit down forever.
Yeah. You get tired of sitting at times. So you got to, and I like the point that you made too, about, how you have coworkers that you need to talk to, right? And you can send an email, you can call them, but you get up and go talk to them.
Yeah.
So that's building rapport with them and you getting your steps in.
Yeah. And that's the main reason because you get tired. And it's like, it's not like you got to go very far.
Right.
But wherever you do have to go, instead of sending an email, I'll just be like, forget it. And I'm one of those people, I'd rather tell it to you than me typing everything. So
Yeah.
yes, I'm gonna get up and walk.
Right. That's good. That's cool. That's cool.
So yeah.
Cool. So look, y'all, we got a few minutes left here. But I want to put this out there again because we do want to have more guests on the show, right? Locally, right? We want to bring people into the studio.
Yes.
Okay. So the thing is, it's all about pursuing a passion, right? So don't think that you just got to be an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? It could be anything. Like I talked about my cousin Chuck, you know, he loved cooking, right? So, you know, if there's something that you are pursuing, you want to, you know, open like a restaurant, but start off with a pop-up or whatever it is, it's still a passion of yours that you're pursuing. If, you know, if you're in the sports, whatever. Go ahead, you want to say something?
No, I was basically the same thing. You know, whatever it is that you're doing, whether you started a journey for something or, you know, whatever the case may be, those are all as you're doing something.
Yeah.
You know, versus not doing anything.
Right.
Hobbies.
Yeah. It's a passion.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, again, you know, when it comes to passions, you have those times, you have those moments where, you know, you might get down, you might feel like a loser, like we talked about earlier. You know, I ain't gonna front, y'all. It's times where, and I know I've said this before, where I'll be like, man, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Man, I promise you.
I feel like that at times.
I'm like,
too.
man, what am I doing? You know, because it takes time, it takes effort, it takes money.
It does.
And you gonna be like, what, you know, but you can't stop because you're passionate about it. You know, and you just gotta push through.
And another thing too, even if it's something you can't financially afford, if you have the idea or the thought, you should be writing it down, because now when you write it down, you're writing your blueprint. This is the blueprint to your business. So when it's time for you to, you know, take whatever it is that you're doing to the next level, you literally got the blueprint in your hand.
Yeah.
A lot of us don't have a blueprint because we've been going off whenever. But if we had the blueprint, I'm sorry, this hair, it feels like something's on me.
You good.
But when you have that blueprint, it seems to me that it's a lot clearer, you know, how to implement. You have it right there in front of you. And I wish I would have done that, but that's what I'm doing now.
Right.
Is that if I think of something, just jot it down.
It's not
Keep
too
a
late.
little tablet with you wherever you go, like one of them little small Inspector Gadget tablets, you know. Get one of them and just jot down, like, this is my idea. This is the book of ideas, or my thoughts about, you know, how you could be doing something. And then you think about, oh, let me get, you know what, I'm gonna get that for the studio, you know. But you're doing something else or you're at work, let me jot it down so I don't forget it.
Yeah. You speaking about that, just recently, I had a conversation with somebody just about like not being able to sleep.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they was like, whatever's going through your mind, if you write it down, you get it out your head.
Yeah.
And then you can lay down and relax and go to sleep.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, I'll try that. I got to get better at that.
Right.
I got to get better at
And
writing
there's
stuff
so
down.
many things that help with that too. You don't got to be on medication for that either.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of things you can do.
Oh,
like
for
you
sure.
said, if it's more or less your thoughts, then that's probably the best time to write them down. You might have a whole book in your head.
Now, listen, and Taylor Law, she didn't see this yet, but check this comment out here. She said, that's how my book came together.
Yeah.
Writing down my experience.
Yes.
You see that?
Yep.
Look at that. You spoke
She
it
had
into
a whole book.
You spoke it into, so your favorite
Existence.
word, fruition.
Fruition. Bring it into fruition. Yes.
Nah. But yeah, y'all, I mean, that's what it's about, man. Just get started on whatever it is you want to do, right? Even if it's 5 minutes a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? By the end of it, you'll have a book. You'll have a blueprint. You'll have an idea shaped. Even if it's not like the full-blown way that it's going to go, you still have some direction.
Right.
And then you get people that, you know, that will support you, that you can trust.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, because you know how we get about sharing our ideas and our thoughts. I know sometimes people can, you know, look down on what you're trying to do or whatever it is. But if you find the right people that you can like consult with, even if it's somebody outside your family, outside your friends, whatever it is, to bounce ideas off of, to help shape whatever it is you want to do.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that's a good thing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
don't go running to negative Nancy, because you know she ain't got nothing for you but negativity.
Right.
So
nothing against anybody named Nancy, but you know what we're saying.
But that's very true. You want to be surrounded by those that can feed into you or help pour into you, or like you said, I just need to bounce something off you. If you don't have friends that you can do that with, then you need to rethink about the circle of people you're dealing with.
There you go.
Your friends should be the people that you should be able to go to.
That's it. If not, again, like I said, you can find, you know, outside of that circle, whatever it is, you know, eventually you know, should bounce something off of people. All right, y'all. So look, that was good. That's a good note to end on. Listen, I enjoyed tonight's show. How about you, Kim?
I did too.
You did too.
I did.
And I hope everybody who joined us enjoyed it as well. We greatly appreciate y'all for jumping on with us. And don't forget, y'all, we will be back next Tuesday, 8 to 9. Okay? We're about to have more guests in the studio. We're going to have some virtual guests. And we just doing what we got to do to make it happen.
Quit for what?
I know that's right. All right, y'all. So with that being said, do what you got to do to make it happen. Don't give up. Quit for what? Until next time. Peace.